Alright guys, good to see you. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about why you need a business email. If you're thinking of starting a business, alright, you have to understand that both in the workplace and in the world of business, the email is the leading form of communication. Therefore, the email address that you choose to use as a business owner is important. So once again, in this video, we'll be talking about why you need a business email. So let's dive straight into it. You see, one mistake that new business owners make, okay, when starting out is using a personal email address for their email correspondence. Like I just said, in the workplace and also in business settings, in the world of business, okay, the vast majority of communication, or at least a lot of communication, takes place via email. And using a personal email address for your business correspondence, okay, does have certain drawbacks. It's not a crime, but it does have certain drawbacks. So I'm going to be explaining to you why you need a business email. Now, the first reason you need a business email is simply looking professional. If you look in your inbox, okay, if you look at emails in your inbox, emails from companies or even marketing or advertising materials, okay, you'll notice that those emails pretty much never come from a personal email address like a Yahoo or Gmail or Hotmail address. No, they always come from a business or professional email address. So as someone who's running a business or starting a business or thinking of starting a business, if you're using a personal email address like a Yahoo address to contact potential clients or to send out emails, okay, it looks unprofessional. Okay, it really looks unprofessional. It looks unprofessional when a business owner is using a personal email address for email correspondence. And if you're running a business, you want to be taken seriously by other people. You want to be taken seriously by other people, and you want others to view you as a legitimate business or legitimate organization. Okay, so that's the first reason why you need a business email. Okay, it's simply for looking professional. And by the way, if you are unwilling to invest in a professional email address for your business, and I'll come on to that a bit later on, okay, in case you're wondering, ooh, how do I do that? I'll talk about that later on. But if you are unwilling to invest in a professional email address for your business, then you're basically sending a message to other people that you might not be very serious about your business, or you might be ignorant of the importance of using a professional email address, or you just don't know about best practices in the business world. Okay, so that's the first reason to use a professional email address. Okay, just for the sake of looking professional. Now, the second reason to use a professional email address for your business is identity verification. Let's be honest, if you send out an email from a personal email address like a Yahoo or a Hotmail or Gmail address, the person on the other end, okay, that prospective client or whoever it is that you are communicating with, okay, the person on the other end has no way of confirming your identity. You see, anybody can create a free Yahoo or Gmail address. So if your email address doesn't back you up or help to prove your identity, okay, your clients or that potential client has no way of confirming that you are really who you say you are. Okay, that's another big problem with using a personal email address for business correspondence. Your clients have no way of confirming that you are truly who you say you are. Now, some of you might be wondering, what's the difference between a personal email address and a business email address? Well, you see, a personal email address is tied to the email provider. Okay, so that's going to be something like Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail. Okay, so the email address is tied to the email provider. However, with a business email address, okay, the email address is tied to your website domain. Now, what is a website domain? Okay, this might seem like a detour, but it's very, very important for us to understand this and to give you some extra context. Okay, so what is a website domain? Okay, a domain is simply the human readable address or identifier for a website. Okay, so I'll say that one more time. A domain is the human readable address or identifier for a website. It's typically in the format of abc.com, xyz.org, or xyz.co.uk, or something along those lines. It's basically what you enter into the browser in order to visit a website. When you have a professional business email address, okay, your email address will be bound to that particular domain. So the domain name for your business. Okay, so if you send an email to a prospective client and they've got no idea who this is from, okay, they can look at the email address and they can confirm that your organization is real. Okay, so a business email address is typically going to be in the format of info@abc.com or contact@xyz.org. The point is that the email address is bound to your company's domain. Okay, so your clients are able to verify that your organization is real, that you are legit, that you are legitimate operator, legitimate business. But they wouldn't be able to do that if you're just using a personal email address from Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail. All right. So that aspect of identity verification is very, very important, especially when reaching out to prospective clients or leads or people that you've never spoken to before. Now, if you're wondering, how can I get a domain for my business? Well, it's relatively straightforward. Okay, domain names have to be purchased, and they're purchased from authorized third-party domain registrars. So there are various domain registrars that sell website domains. Okay, assuming you don't know anything about this, there are domain registrars online that sell domains to individuals or businesses who are looking to buy them for their own websites. If you go on Google and type in domain registrars, you'll find a long list of various domain registrars that you can use. If you want to get a domain name for your business at an affordable price, I would recommend looking into something like NameSilo or Name.com. Those are domain registrars that I've personally used in the past. Now, with NameSilo, the user interface isn't as clear and easy to navigate. The prices are very good, but the user interface isn't as clean and easy to navigate as Name.com, okay? Which would actually be my first recommendation. If you're thinking of starting a business, okay, and you need a website domain, okay, I would recommend getting it from name.com. Okay, name.com is a domain registrar. It's one of the countless domain registrars out there, and they, as you can tell, they sell website domains. You can get website domains at a very, very good price. And one thing I love about name.com is that the sign-up process is very smooth and straightforward. In addition, the user interface is very easy to navigate. You just know where everything is, and it's just very clean and pleasant to look at. So if you're looking for a place to buy a domain for your company website, I strongly recommend name.com, and I'll have links to both of those in the description down below. Okay, so make sure, look in the description down below and you'll find links to both of them. Now, once you've got a website domain, you can now progress onto getting a professional email address for your business. Now, you might be asking, how do I get a professional email address for my business or the business that I want to build? Well, there are various options for getting a business email. Now, by far the most popular, okay, is Google Workspace. Okay, so Google Workspace was formerly known as G Suite a couple of years back. So you might still hear that being referenced every now and then on the internet. Okay, it used to be called G Suite, but it's now called Google Workspace. So Google Workspace is the business email offering from Google. Okay, it's very, very popular, and I would say it's probably the most popular business email offering out there. Okay, so that's Google Workspace. You also have other options such as Microsoft's business email. So that's something else that you can look into. Now, Google Workspace is a fantastic service, but the problem with email offerings from services like Google and Microsoft is that they are better suited to larger organizations and startups. If you are running a small business or you're thinking of starting a small business, you probably won't need all the features and services provided by email services from Microsoft and Google. You can certainly use it, but you'll be paying for a lot of things that you don't actually need. That's what I'm saying. If you're a small business owner and you're looking for a professional email address for your business, I would recommend looking into something like Titan Email. Titan Email is a lesser known but still very good quality. Okay, it's a lesser known but still very good quality service that specializes in providing business emails to small businesses. Okay, they specialize in providing professional email addresses to small businesses for a lot less than you would be paying if you were using Google Workspace, for instance. Now, the way Titan Email works is that, Titan Email works by forming partnerships with various domain registrars. Okay, so Titan works by forming partnerships with various domain registrars. And the price you pay typically depends on the domain registrar that you choose. If you buy your website domain from NameSilo or name.com, which is my top choice, name.com, okay, you'll be able to get a business email address from Titan, okay? And by the way, if you are interested in Titan, then at the end of this video, make sure you click on the link in the description below, okay? I've included a link that takes you straight to the homepage for Titan Email, and you can find out more about it. Now, when you sign up for Titan Email, okay, the sign up process is generally quite straightforward. And as part of the process, you have to select the domain registrar that you want to use. Okay, so I'm going to assume that at this point you've already purchased a domain name for your website, for your business's website. Okay, so when you sign up with Titan Email, you have to choose the domain registrar that you want. So let's assume that you purchased your domain from name.com. You would have to select name.com from the various options available. And once you do that, over on your domain registrar, okay, you'll be given all the tools that you need to get your business email up and running, okay? And you'll be given all the instructions that you need to get everything started. Listen, some of you might be a bit skeptical about Titan Email because you've never heard of it. Yes, that's the case. It's not quite as popular as email offerings from Microsoft and Google, especially Google Workspace. It's not nearly as popular. Okay, it's almost like hidden gem. Okay, there are a lot of businesses using it, but it doesn't get talked about quite as much. Even if you go on forums like Reddit, okay, it doesn't get talked about quite as much. But you can take my word for it. Okay, Titan Email is fantastic, and what you pay would be a lot less than what you would be paying if you chose to use Google Workspace. Okay, you might be paying about a third. Okay, so that will help you as a small business owner save a lot of money. And with Titan Email, you get the core features that a small business needs. Titan Email also makes it easier to do certain things that other email providers aren't so good at. Like, for instance, being able to add an email signature. This is something that can make your emails look really, really, really professional. And with some other email providers, it's not so easy to add an email signature. But Titan Email has a dedicated feature built in to help you do that. In addition, Titan Email has various features that just make your life as a small business owner very, very smooth and straightforward. All right, so I definitely recommend Titan Email. Okay, if you've never heard of it or you've never used it, then by all means check out the link in the description below. Okay, I've included a link where you can go straight to the homepage and you can read everything you need to know about it. I strongly recommend using Titan Email for your business email if you are a small business owner. If you're a small business owner and you're looking to set up a professional email address, I strongly recommend using, or at least considering, Titan Email. Once again, the link is in the description below. Oh, I forgot to mention, when you sign up with Titan Email, okay, you'll also be able to download their free mobile app directly to your Android or iOS device, allowing you to quickly check your emails when you're out and about or on the go. So that's something really nice and handy. Okay, when you sign up with Titan Email, you'll be able to download their free mobile app. At the end, you have a professional email address that you can use for your business, and this email address will be bound to your domain name. And that's the beauty of having a business email address. Anybody you contact using that email address can verify who you are and verify that your company is legitimate by simply going to their browser or opening up a new tab in their browser and visiting that domain. All right, that's the beauty of having a business email address. And linking back to the first point, it also looks a lot more professional. All right, so guys, if you're thinking of getting a business email address for your small business, okay, I strongly recommend looking into Titan Email. Okay, once again, the link is in the description below. All right. So if you're one of those people who was thinking of using a personal email address for your business simply as a way to save money, I'm hoping that you now know why that's probably not a great idea. Okay, I'm hoping that you now know better. So guys, if you found this useful, okay, give this video a like, do consider subscribing for more, and share this video with anybody else who might find it useful. Thank you very much.